YouTube? My name is Nigel MrSchroeter, and today we're here to talk about what you should do when you are unable to pay your credit card, or it may appear that you're unable to pay your credit card. I'm going to give you guys some methods that you'll be able to use if you ever run into financial trouble. If you are ever in one of these situations and you can't figure out what to do, this is going to be a great video to reference because it's going to give you some different ways that you can avoid these situations affecting your credit, as well as different methods to allow you in the future to be creative with your finances. So some of these methods are going to be quite obvious and some of them may not. So number one would be, of course, to get another source of income. So that may be another stream of income, that may be, a side hustle, that may be another job, whatever it is, create another source of income, and therefore you'll be able to get more money. Well, some of us may say, okay, well, I already have multiple sources of income. However, I have, prior debt and I'm trying to catch up on it or things of that nature, and it's just not feasible, right in this moment, or I can't find another job or whatever it may be. So in that case, you may want to look into some of these other options. What you can do, especially if your utilization is not reported high, I recommend that if you know your utilization is about to report high, you had to make a large purchase, and it was something that you had to do, and it's about to happen. Before it happens, go ahead and consolidate your debt, get a debt consolidation loan or a personal loan to be able to pull that money and not affect your credit score gravely. Another method is to do a balance transfer. So if you can apply for a balance transfer credit card and get approved for a credit card, that allows you to bring your balance over from one place to another. A lot of the times those cards even offer 0% interest. That is another great option to use, is a balance transfer. The next thing that I want you guys to think about is a cash advance. And a lot of you may say, what? How am I going to use a cash advance in this situation? A lot of us may not know. However, if you are in a situation where you have no cash and your credit card payment is due, but you still have available credit on your card, what you're actually able to do is go to the bank, pull out a cash advance. Yes, there will be fees. However, there will not be a negative mark reported to your credit score. And you can actually go to the bank. You can pull the money out as a cash advance, and then you can deposit the money back and use it as a payment. So you can literally pay the bank back with their own money. Now, yes, this is costly. This is extremely risky finances, extremely risky financial strategy. So, be cautious and be aware when using this strategy. This is a, last resort strategy, as any of the strategies in this video, but it is something that you can do to maintain the integrity of your credit score. Because remember, anytime you get a mark on your credit score, it's going to last up to 7 years, if not longer, if you keep that account open. Now, the next thing is to actually take any money that you have on hand. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pay that card before the due date. And then when you pay that card before the due date, you're going to want to go right back and use that card for whatever purchases that you had that are a necessity, and use those funds quickly before the due date comes, because once the due date comes and they actually hit you with the interest on that card, the interest will actually allow the issuer to send the card above its maximum limit. So you can do this where if you can make that payment before the due date, you can go in, pay it, and then you can go back and swipe that card back and get your money back before the interest post to that card. So that's always a great strategy to use if you get into one of those situations, because there's not all those extra fees, and you don't have all that extra worry that now I'm paying extra interest because it's a cash advance. I'm paying instant interest because it's a cash advance or because it's a loan, you know, and it's instantly accruing on top of, my credit card. Whereas with this particular method, you're just doing what you would typically do. It's just that particular piece that a lot of people miss, as to when you pay the card, you can go right back and take that money right back out. You don't have to wait once that payment is posted. It's already posted. So this is very similar to the strategy I just told you guys with using the cash advance, except for you're going to use the cash that you have on hand so that you're not getting all of those extra fees. So this would be the sweeter route, if you do have access to any cash to use, rather than using that other method, because by using this route, you're negating all of those cash advance fees. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about with you guys is calling the issuer. And calling the issuer is so important because there's so many times that you can call the issuer and they'll just answer the phone. And that customer service rep, a lot of the times, if you talk to them nicely, they're able to do a lot of things for you, to help you out. So maybe you've already experienced a late payment and it happened. And a lot of the times you can call those issuers and they will remove those late payments for you. They will have you maybe pay a late fee or something else. Sometimes they may even waive those late fees and still remove those late payments for you. Sometimes they may remove certain fees or charges off of your accounts, or even lower your minimum payment and put you on a payment plan, which will allow you to actually be able to pay those bills. So that's always a great option. Call that issuer, ask them if they have options for payment plans, as well as call that issuer and ask them if they have options for deferrals. Amongst the pandemic, I found out that my issuer, for my auto loan, actually offers 6 month payment deferrals. I hadn't had to use one. However, it was very cool to see that when the pandemic came out, they announced it to all of us. They sent out an email to all the customers and said, "Hey, if you need it, you can get a deferment up to 6 months, and you can request these once every, I believe it's 18 months." So, always check on those things, check with your issuers and see what's available to you. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one.